Okay. So we worked with APIs in the last session. We learned how to communicate with API, access the data from APIs. You tried them? Successful? Working fine? Right. So now we need to handle some more functionality in this example. We used a shopping API also. In that shopping API, we are designing this. It is fetching the data and displaying. So here we want to implement some more functionality. Current in this design, the height of card is 100. Okay. It will display like this. Now I want the filtering to happen. That means what we done in this left side, we are displaying all the categories. Right side, we are displaying all the products. Now when user selects category, that category related products must come. Actually, the data is designed like that already. So here already the data contains, already the data contains in that way. Actual, what they have done is they provided API data in this way. The API data contains products, and every product have an ID, and it have title, it have image, price, and category. And we have another table called categories, another data called categories. Categories is an array which contains some categories like electronics, like men's clothing, like this. Now what happens here is this category name is used here. That means we have relationship between these two tables. Every product belongs to a specific category. Now what we need to do is when user selects electronics, we have to find out how many products are electronic products and display them. But for that, actually, we can use array method. We learned already array have products. It is array. We can apply find, but find will return only one. We want all, then we have to use filter. Filter uses a callback function. This callback function will read every product. And what it should return, it will read every product and it should return the product category. Product category is matching with the category you selected. That means you selected electronics, then it should display all electronics. This is how we can perform filtering. But actually, we don't need that also. Why? Because this API has provided an URL. Observe here, fakestoreapi.com/products will give list of all products. But here we have another products/category/category/ suppose I said electronics, then only electronic products data will come. These are only electronic products. Suppose I entered some jewelry and it will get only jewelry products and show. That means already there is an API which is doing this filter. So we don't need to do filter again with array. We can directly use the API, we can access it and we can use it. What is the API URL? Observe that. That is important for us. The API URL is this. The API URL is so fakestoreapi.com/ in that fake store API we have products. In that products we have category. In this category slash the category name will be changing. Here we will put a dynamic expression. In the dynamic expression we will change the category name according to which category they selected. So first point, the logic is when user is selecting a category, we have to get the category name. So let's go to the logic. This is the drop down. For a drop down, we have to write event on change. On change indicates when value is changed. Usually drop downs, checkboxes, radio buttons, they respond to on change. That means when value is changed. When value is changing, I will give here category changed. That is the function. Okay. We will write the function here. So I will write a function category changed. What this function have to do? It should get the category name, which category they selected. How to get the category name? So list box na document dot get element by ID lst categories dot value. It will get the selected category name. And very important, if you remembered, the value is in lowercase. So text is in uppercase, but the value is in lowercase. So that is very important. Otherwise, it will not find. So first we will verify whether the value is correctly coming or not. So console.log, I will print the category name and check first. So first we will check it. Okay. So here I will open the console, inspect and go to console and select a category name, jewelry. It's working fine. That means the category name is coming. So it is working fine. That's good. Electronics. I said men's clothing and all working fine. Everything is working fine. For all we have uppercase A. That is our own added. It is not there in the API actually. Okay. So once it is verified that successfully working, category name is working. Now what we have to do is we need to get and display only the products that belong to that category. And those products must be displayed here. So what is the array used to display there? The array used to display, you observe here, two fetch methods are there. One fetch method contains all the categories. Another fetch method contains all the products. All the products. Now we need to use this fetch method again. Because when user is selecting electronics, by using fetch method only, we have to fetch again new API. Every time when category is changed, we have to fetch from, because data should come from live API. So if this method have to work several times, then we cannot write here. What we will do now, For reusability concerns, don't write in body load. Remove this logic. This is to get categories. Cut it and write a function here. Function get categories. That is the function. In that we put it. Write another function for products. So function, another function get products. In this function, write this fetch method, the second fetch method. This fetch method we have to write, this is the fetch method. And this we have to write in get products. So that means two functions are there. One is get categories and get products. Now we have to access those two here. We have to access those two here. That means what we are doing now. So currently on body load, everything empty, nothing is coming. On body load, we have to call two functions. What is it? Get categories. Another one, get products. This keeps your code clean because we need reusability again. So here that is working fine. So now it is working fine. So get products allows you to load products, fetch them and load every time. Okay. Now get products currently using this URL. Get products is using that URL, but it should change. If user is selecting all, then this should come. If user is selecting electronics, then another should come. Electronics API should come. That means this API URL is not standard. This API URL is not standard. It will be changing. It will be changing. So we will remove this and we will pass that URL into this method and we will use that URL here. That means we don't have a standard URL. The URL will be changing according to request. That means on body load, which URL currently it is not working, categories is working, because on body load, this get products is expecting URL. What is the URL it is expecting? http://fakestoreapi.com/ what is it? Products. It will get all the products. That means you can see it's working fine. So whenever you call that method, you have to pass URL. Okay, now what we are doing here, when category is changed, we will write a condition. What is the condition? What is the condition? If category name is equal to all, understood? If category name is equal to all, then get products. In the get products, what we have to do? http://fakestoreapi.com/products. It should show all products. Else what it should do is get products same, but this time I will put an expression, means backtick. In backtick, the API will be http://fakestoreapi.com/products/category/category name. The category name comes from drop down value. What is the drop down value? Category name. Understood? That means it will get. So now if I select electronics, now what is the path? fakestoreapi.com products category/electronics, and only electronic products it will display. Get products will show only electronic products. Here, so see now, that is the logic we written. Now I will select here electronics, then only electronic products must come. But actually it is adding them to existing. It is adding, electronics is coming to, it is adding to existing. We know already that problem I showed you, we have to clean up. Previously also we done that. So if you are calling the same again, then it will add to existing, we need to clean up. So here, before adding the card to div, right, into which container we are doing? Products container, na? Into products container we are adding this card. So before adding that, what you have to do now? Document dot before this itself, right? Means before adding everything, whenever the get products is called, document dot get element by ID. What is it? Products container. Products container, na? Where we are showing products container. Yes, products container dot inner HTML empty. Understood? That means what it will do, it will clean the existing and it will put the fresh list there. So that is important. Now I click on electronics, then only electronic products will come. Only electronic products are coming, others not there. I think the height is not enough for title. I will put height as 140. Okay. That is, I click on electronics, only electronic products will come. These are only electronic products. Now I select jewelry, then only jewelry products will come. So it is not having others. I select here some men's clothing, only men's clothing products will come. I selected women's clothing, only women's clothing will come. And I selected all, then all products must come. Again, all are coming. So this is the combination of filtering the data. That means I selected a category, only the category related products are coming. Actually, we can use array filter techniques, but not required because API is designed in that way. If API is designed with all the queries we need, that's good. We can simply use it. We can search products by ID, by name, by price. Lot of things are there we will do. But initially, I selected electronics, electronic products came. In that, I want any product. I click on add to cart. Then this product must be added into shopping cart. It should be added into shopping cart and show. So that means we want to add that into the shopping cart. How? How we can manage that functionality now? So generally what we can do is here, we will change this now, column 2 and here column 8. That means 10 columns. And the last one more column we will add, div class is equal to column 2. And in this, I will just keep a button. And button is, I will put a span and a class BI and BI cart 3 something. And here I will put class BTN warning something. And here your cart. So here I defined like this right side will come. Your cart items. Okay. Here this is your cart items. Now what should happen is when user selects a category, right? So I will keep everything little bit uniform. That means, so heading 4. So, or we can change it into normal paragraph also, fine. Now user selects jewelry products will come. And when user clicks on add to cart, this item must be added into cart and it should show there. One item in cart, two items in cart, it should show that. That means beside that cart symbol here, I should display above. Yeah. Here I want to display in a square brace. I will put a span. I will put an ID as cart count. Okay. Currently that is empty. Nothing is there. It's empty. So that means right side here, I want to display how many items are in the cart number. 2 items, 1 item, how many items are there in the cart I want to display. But here the challenging point is when user clicks on this, how to capture that particular item, how we can get that particular item. So let's see that. Now, where is that add to cart button? This add to cart button is present in our dynamic logic. You see, add to cart button is present here in the card footer. Now here it needs a click event. That means on click is equal to add to cart click, like this. On add to cart click, how it knows which item they clicked? Because the same button is repeated for all. Remember here we are using this logic. Remember this logic we are using in for iteration. That means how many buttons are there? How many buttons are there? Here, how many buttons are there? Only one button is there. It is repeating for everybody. Don't think that 6 buttons, 10 buttons, 20 buttons. Only one button is there. We designed only one button. That button is repeating for everybody. Then how this button can capture information about that particular item? Then what you can do is on add to cart click. So we can send here, write a dynamic expression. Here we can send item related ID. That means into that function, we can pass item ID so that that function can get the item ID and filter the item related details. So see now, what is the function? Add to cart click. That function is expecting an ID. So let's write the logic now. So function. So what is the function? Add to cart click. But this function is expecting ID. We have to collect the ID. Temporarily, I will put an alert and see whether ID is coming correctly or not. I will verify whether the ID of product is correctly coming or not. So I will go here. Now I select some men's clothing. I click on an item. So this cotton jacket, click and add to cart click, it gets 3. That is the item ID. So that is working fine. But you see now, so in jewelry, I click on this item ID is 7. That means every item have a unique ID. That unique ID is used for identifying that particular item. So that's working fine. Now what we have to do is in that ID, which product is present, we have to fetch it. How to fetch the product based on ID? For that also they have an API. You see, they given an API, fakestore.api.com/products/1. If I write the request like this 1, then it will get the first product related information. You see, Suppose I am writing here as ID 7, then it will get the 7th product related information. This is 7th product information. That means every product related information we can access individually. We can access individually. For that, they have an API. And what is the API URL? fakestoreapi.com/products/product ID. Okay. So what we have to do now, when user clicks add to cart, I have to collect that product information and I should store in a shopping cart. I should display in a shopping cart. So let's go here in the design. We are creating a global variable cart items. Okay. Cart items is an empty array. Currently, we don't have anything. Okay. We will create another function called get cart items count. So, and here we will put another variable called count is initially 0. And into this, we will access count is equal to, we will assign cart items dot length. Cart items dot length means how many items are there in the array. Length is how many? Currently it is 0. And we will display this inside the span here. Where is the span? Cart count. That means document dot get element by ID cart count dot inner HTML is equal to count. And this get cart items count we will access on body load. On body load, get cart items count. That means it will get the cart items count and display. What you are doing, man? You want to go out of class? No. Unable to sit properly. Seat is not convenient. You want my seat? Huh? Come sit here. No? Then don't disturb the class. Huh? Right. So here get cart items count here. Now you see the cart items count, it is showing 0. That means the cart items count is updated here. It is currently 0. Now, when I click on add to cart, that particular cart must be, that item must be added into that array. And count should update again. Then what we have to do? Add to cart click. When add to cart click, we have to find this item related product. How to do that? Again, we need fetch method. Na? Again, we need the fetch method and add into the cart. So what we have to do? We need to use fetch, or we can use get products. Na? Get products is already fetching. In that, what is the URL? URL is http://fakestoreapi.com/products/ID, whatever ID they pass it. Okay. So now our intention is not to present it. This get products is presenting. I want just to find out that product and I should add this in a cart and use it for later. In that case, what we have to do now is we have to write another fetch method for this because our intention is not presenting it. Then we will write here a fetch method. What is the fetch? So URL http://fakestoreapi.com/ what is it? Products. And we need dynamic, so we will use a backtick. Products and /ID. ID is coming from the button click, whatever ID you pass it. Then dot, then it will use a callback function. It will get response, and here it should return response.json. Then we have to get a callback function which will return the data. Data currently one product only. This must be pushed into array. What is the array? Cart items is an array. Into that push. How to add elements into array? Three techniques we have. We can use push, we can use unshift, and we can use splice. Currently it is empty. You use push or unshift, it will be one item. So push data, that item is added into cart. After pushing, we will call get products count. So here get cart count, cart items count method will be called. And I will put an alert saying that item added to cart, added to cart. This message should come, and cart items count should call again. That means it should update again. I will save this. Let's see. Now I am selecting some jewelry, and in this I am adding this product, add to cart. When I say add to cart, so item added to cart, then click OK, then it's one count. Now right side, you can see that your cart items one item is in the cart. I will go another category, some women's clothing, and here I selected another product here, add to cart, then item added to cart, then OK, then it says 2 items in the cart. The count is updated whenever you are adding the items. Now, when user clicks that button, cart items, it should show what items are in the cart. That means when I click on this, it should pop up a shopping cart on screen. In that, it should display what items you added in the cart. They must display there. So on pop-up, we want to show. Then we will use model. You can show here itself, right side below. But I want to display on a separate screen. Then what we will do, on click, we want a pop-up. In the pop-up, shopping cart should display. Then lot of work is there. What we have to do now, in the body section, we have to put script source is equal to node modules. First jQuery dist jQuery.js. One more script source is equal to, what is it? Boot node modules bootstrap dist js bootstrap bundle.js. Okay. Now here we need to design a model. I will create a div in that class model, and you know model have a fade. We can use fade ID as cart. Okay, and here we will have a div. So class model dialog, right? And inside this we have a class called model container content. In the model content, we are having a header div class as model header, and in the header I put a heading saying your cart items, and here I will put a button class btn close, and it will have options data bs dismiss. Dismiss is what model, okay, and below this we will create a div. This is class as model body. In the model body we will create a table, and for this I will put a class as table and table hover, and t head. In this tr th, here we have product title and we have product price, and that's it. I want to display. You want preview also, then we have photo preview like this, and we have t body table body, and this is empty. Later we will generate into it. Now one more. So div. So in this class we have model footer. In the model footer we will put some button as okay button class btn and btn success, and say okay. Okay, and here same data bs dismiss is what model. Okay, everything fine, right? Now this model should fire up when they click this button. So what we have to do, data bs target is equal to hash cart, data bs toggle is what model, and we will also put here model dialog center, we will keep that. Now when I click on that, the model should pop up, but there are no items in the cart because we have to generate the table dynamically for cart items. This table should show only the items present in cart. This should display only the items present in cart. So how we can handle that? So what we have to do, when this button is clicked, it is popping up. This button clicked, it is showing the cart items, but it is not actually showing cart items. It is only opening model. While it is opening model, the items also should display inside it. So what we will do is, we will write extra logic on click. So show cart click. This is show cart click. I will write a function here. We will write the function here. Function, what is it? Show cart click. On this function, we need to get all the items present in cart items collection and add into table. How to generate a table dynamically? We know we have to generate a table for cart items array. So then what we have to do, we have to write var item of what is the collection cart items. So here we have to create a row, document dot create element tr. We need to create 3 cells, td title, document dot create element td. Second, td price, document dot create element td. Next, td photo, document dot create element td. All these are created. Now what we have to display? So we have to display, so we have to display td title dot inner html item dot title. That's it. TD price dot inner HTML, item dot price. But photo, we need to create a photo where image is equal to document dot create element img, image dot src is equal to item dot photo, item dot image. That is the API name actually. Then img dot width is 100 and img dot height also 100. Okay. Next, we have to add this image into td photo dot append child img. Okay, all the cells ready. We have to add all the cells into row tr dot append child. Which one? TD title. Okay, next tr dot append child. Which one? TD price. Another one tr dot append child TD photo. Then add this into table body document dot query selector t body dot append child into that. So t body is tag na, yeah, t body into the t body append child. Which one? Row. That is ready. So now we are adding all these items dynamically. Let's see. Currently cart items empty, nothing is there. I will select some jewelry and I added one cart item added to cart. Okay, now one item is there. Here I click on it, you see that item is present. Your cart items, what is the item available? And important is, so next time when you add, repeating may happen. You know how to do that. To avoid repeating, what we do, document dot query selector t body dot inner HTML empty, clean that. Okay, now I am selecting jewelry. I added one item to cart, so add, that's added. After that I selected some clothing. In that I added one more item into cart, that's also added. Two items are there and those two items are displayed. So your cart items, what are those? It is displaying. We can do lot of work. Suppose I want to remove that item from the cart, I can put a remove button. On that button click, I can delete. But for that, you need to learn some event handling also. Currently, you haven't learned any event handling. You are here and there using events. Professionally, you are not perfect in events. You just know on click. You just know on change, but you don't know technically correct concept about it. Once you know, you can do such operations. For that, we will learn events in a separate concept. Then we can implement a lot of functionality. So here we can add remove buttons, user click remove, that will be removed from the cart. We can make summary of the items, how many are there. All such things we can do. We can display here or we can display in the right column there itself if we want. We are displaying on a new screen, that will be better. Here I selected electronics. I am adding one more item in the cart. So add to cart, then it is added. Now 3 items and those 3 items are there in the cart. This is a simple approach of working with real-time data. Actually, what happens is this kind of URLs are given to you. As I already told you, when you attend interviews, first level interview, qualifying test, you have to write exam and pass the questions, answers you have to do. Second level interview, practical. At anybody does the same. In practical, what they do is they will give such screen designs and they will give you API URLs. They will say that get data from here and design these screens with these functionality. They will write all the functionality what you have to achieve. You must able to do that, right? This is technically one small example of understanding how to fetch the data, how to present the data, consuming API and handling some interactions on it, right? So we'll this entire example I will post in the notes. So this is an example for shopping cart with the fake store API. Fake store API. They have some API. Yeah, these are the requests we need to handle. The request is fake store api.com/products. It is going to return all products. Actually 20 products are given there, so all 20 products will come, and every time the site is same /products/1 returns specific ID related product specific ID related product. Next one is products/categories. It will return all categories. It will return all the categories. Means how many categories, all categories list. How many categories are there? Those categories list. So we have products/category/some jewelry. This is returns all products related to specific category. All products related to specific category. These are the important APIs which we used in this example. In this example, we used these API methods. So that category name, product ID will be changing dynamically. According to the situation, they will be changing. So products, product IDs and all this. There are so many techniques of presenting the data. Various techniques of presenting the data, various types of interactions will be there. I will give similar type of example in another way. For that, we need to learn some statements, switch conditions and all. That means same, I will give in a different style. For that, we will learn some more logics, programming logics. Then we can achieve in a different other concept also. Initially, many times while we are filtering and handling, so many situations will be there. Like I want check boxes. So I say electronics checkbox, only electronics. Suppose I want two products, then two categories, then how? I want to view electronics and footwear, electronics and jewelry. Currently in our design, it's not possible because we given a drop down. That means now what it is doing, allowing to select only one. But generally what they do in websites, they give multi-level filters. Like suppose you are searching for footwear, they will give multi-level like brand. You can select brand. Suppose you selected Nike, Adidas, then it will filter and display only them. Second, they will give size of shoe. Again, it will filter by size. Next, you can say by model, like by category, like casuals or running shoes, which one you want, sneakers. Multi-level categories will be there. Such type of filtering you can't do here because this API don't have that. This is just a small API with some data. But such data also we need to design. That you will do when you learn how to design your own database. As of now, this is enough. This is enough to handle. This program I will give. So this entire program, and you don't need anything extra here. Anything extra here. This is just some shopping.html. Even you don't need images because images, everything come from API only. Just you need to write this logic correctly. Then you can handle the functionality. Additionally, we are using Bootstrap for model designs and all, cards appearance and all. That is all the data type. So in JavaScript, we discussed all this under which concept? We discussed all this under the concept of non-primitive types. In non-primitive types, we discussed all this under the concept of array and object. Under array and object, we discussed all these points. That is technically array and object. Next, in non-primitive types. So now we will come back to data types again. In non-primitive types, we have another important is map type. Map. Another important, we have a map. So in non-primitive types, till now we learned array and object. Before this, we discussed about array and we discussed about object. Now map. Actually, the concept of map is nothing but, so what is map? So map type, what is map type? Actually, technically, map is similar to object with key and value collection. Map is similar to object with key and value collection. Object also have key and value collection. Map is also having key and value collection. And 100% in every interview, they may ask, what is difference between map and object? So map is not there earlier actually. Map introduced into JavaScript from ES5. Earlier, we don't have maps in JavaScript. Maps were introduced into JavaScript from ES5 and higher version onwards. So ES5 and higher version introduced maps, the concept of map. What is the purpose of map? What is difference between map and object? This is very frequently asked question, even for experienced people, because experienced people, some people know JavaScript, but not latest. in that case, some latest functions and features they miss. They don't know, right? That is the reason we need to understand. So what is difference between map and object is actually map. Let's put a table here. Object and map. A tabular form we will create for understanding the differences between object and map. So the first point about object is a key and value collection, and map is also same. It is also a key and value collection, similar. But second point is keys is only string type. Key is only string type allowed. Key is only string type, and key can be any type. You can have a string type key, you can have a number type key. That means here the key must be so ID, and in that one, suppose I said one as TV, so this is invalid in terms of object. But here map can have both. That means ID is one, and so one I have stored some details like some information like TV. Both are valid. So this is valid and this is also valid. That means key in object must be only string type key, but in map it can be any type. Another important here is another important. You need explicit iterators to read keys and values. Map provides implicit iterators to read keys and values. That means internally it have iterator which can read keys and values. Object don't have that. Object we need explicit iterators. Explicit iterators means for in, for off, like iterations we have to write. But what is advantage of map is, that means syntax here I will give, we have to use for reading all the properties, keys and values. But here we have directly collection called keys. It will return all keys. We have values. It will return all values. We have entries. It will return all keys and values. We have ready-made functions. That is advantage of map, that you can easily read. That means here the point is object is slow in accessing. So this is faster than object. It is faster than object. You can easily access more faster than object. So these are important differences. Another important is size of keys is unknown. Size of keys is unknown. That means how many keys are present you can't know. But here object allows to access count of keys. So that means you can say size of keys. How many keys are present we can easily understand. That means how many fields are coming, how many columns are there, we can easily know, which is not possible in object easily. we need external logic to write. Here internally it provides that. So that is important. So how these maps will work, we will see now. That is the reason in modern programming, in advanced technologies, if I want to deal with different types of keys and values, then we go with maps. So same, it's not that map is advanced to object. Map is not advanced to object. Map is alternative to object. That means object is also used, map is also used. What is drawback of map is key can be any type. If key is any type, then lot of contradictory issues will come. I don't want all different types keys. I want all same type keys. Then we have to go with the object, right? Depending on situation. Actually, how do we configure the maps and how do we define the map? Simple. So to configure the map, we have to use var collection is equal to new map. New map. Now into this map, that means collection is a map. Collection is a map. Into that we can add values, right? So that means I will give here script simply and var some collection is equal to new map. Into that map, so we can add so collection. How to add values into map? We have to just use the method set. So here we have to define key and value, and you can see key is any type, value is any type. That means one key I can keep as string. Then I will put value as suppose some Samsung TV like this. Again, collection dot set. We are adding one more value into it. Another key can be one, and in that we can store some mobile. Suppose some Lenovo laptop like this. Now they are different keys and different values. Actually, keys, one is string type, another one is number. This is not allowed in object. In object, every time key should be string. Here it can be any type. How to access it? Document dot write, simple, collection dot get. Get which key? One. That means it will access the first one and display. It can access that first one and display. You can access and you can use this. Any type of key and value is allowed. So that is advantage here. So what are the functions here? So functions are nothing but, that means map methods. We have map methods. Number one is set, adds a new value. So adds a new value. Get, it can fetch the value by using key reference. Key reference. We have keys, returns all keys. Values, returns all values. And entries, returns both keys and values. Entries will return both keys and values. This is get, set, and fetching the data. And actually, so we will try to print the data here, means how it is going to print. First syntactical example is this one. This is fetching any specific details. Now generally, suppose I am using here for var item of or say some key of collection.keys document.write key. And here we are writing a logic to read all the keys. We can read all values. So all values, we can read all values. It reads all values. We can read entries. That means it can read both key and values. Earlier we have to use lot of implementation for that, lot of logical representation for reading key and value from object. That's simple. Not only that, you can also get, so document.write, you can also type total count of keys. That means you can access dot, so here collection dot keys, so keys dot, we can use length, we can get the keys length. We can also get the option like size. That means size is going to return how many keys are present. It's simple to handle them. Accessing and using them is very easy. This is more faster than objects. This is more faster than object. So example, this is more faster than object. And not only that, so if you want, we can access, so we can delete a key. We have the methods like delete. So it deletes number 1. That means it can easily remove that particular one from that. We can delete all. That means we have the methods like this. Also we can add the methods like delete. That means it deletes specific key. So we have like clear, so it will deletes, so deletes all keys, all entries. All these are simple. So dynamically manipulating and working with object will be easy for us when you are dealing with this. So that is the intention of maps. We will use them in different examples. We will use objects, maps, combination, how to handle them. So, but this is another important non-primitive type. So we have string, we have array, we have object, we have maps. In data types, one more important, you need to know about date type, how to handle date type. This is also important. That means the question is how to store date type of values. This is also important. Actually, suppose now we are designing some data. So let's create an object. So LET product is an object. In the product object, we have name, it is string type. We have price, this is number type. We have stock, this is Boolean type. And we have manufactured, MFD. Manufactured, it is date. Now how to store date? You cannot write date in double quote, then it becomes string. So for example, I said like some 12, some 22, 2021, like this. It looks like date, but it is not date. Why? Because if I store a date, it should allow date manipulation. Date manipulation means I should able to capture which weekday it is. Is it Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, on which weekday it is manufactured. So that is not possible if this is not officially stored as date, because it looks like date, but it is not date. It is treated as string. Then how do we store date? So that we can manipulate date. Manipulate date means, suppose I want to know from current date, manufactured date, how many days happened. Or I want to add one more date to the manufactured. This is all difficult if you put in a string. Not difficult, impossible. You cannot do that. So that means from this, I want to extract which day it is manufactured, which month it is manufactured. Separately, we want to access. We can't. So because it is a string, we cannot. So then what we have to do is, we need to store in a date form. To store in a date form, dates are defined within a new date constructor. So by using a new date constructor, we store the dates. And inside this date constructor, date is stored in a string form. That means year, month, day. Already we know the order. I told you input type date. So how to design date control, I told you. And there you already learned the format. What is the format? Date must be always entered in which format? Year, month, day. That is the standard format for dates. Already we discussed in HTML dates. So here you have to enter some 2021, 02, some 20 like this. So this is date value. So that is how we can store a date. Now, once you store the date, see here 2 points. If you don't mention any date, then it will take current date. Current date and time will be taken. If you want any specific, you have to define. Otherwise, it will take the current date and time. And not only storing the date, presenting is also important. Suppose I want to present it, document.write. I said manufactured. So MFD, product.mfd. And you can see it shows the manufactured date like this. Saturday, February 2020. That is how the manufactured date is shown. In that, I don't want like this. I want in a clean form. Month, name, year. So in my own format, then we can transform this date into our own format and display. That means in your own style, you can access it and display. For that, date provides a lot of date functions. We have to know about those date functions, how to handle them. That we'll see in next session. Right? Tomorrow we will discuss about this date, because it is again one session complete about only dates. It's so much big concept. So then we can easily work with the dates. By the way, you try to do this shopping cart example that we learned today. That is enough first. If you can do it, then tomorrow I am giving you an exercise on this now. Tomorrow I will give you a task on this topic. You have to design that by yourself now, that task according to what you have learned today. Then we can go further with more complex things. So tomorrow we will see what is date type and how to work. Okay, right.